Hi there, I'm Marcus Bird, and this is the 3 Minute Coach System. And really looking forward to sharing this information with you today, the second video in the series. And really looking forward to helping you to fast track your coaching so that you can leverage your time, maximize your return, and all the while getting much better results. And so, this is really about helping you to become lightning quick, super accurate, and get the better results, not just for your clients, but also for you. And so today we're going to talk about planning to fly and really getting your coaching blueprint down pat so that we can really start to accelerate your coaching process and have you really become an effective coach in a really short period of time. And so last week, we talked about you planning out your time and planning out your session. So love to hear how you went with that. You can drop me a line, send me an email, but I hope you went well just sort of planning that out and getting your head around, okay, how would I chunk my time down? What would it look like and how would it play out? And over the next few videos, I'm going to share with you how that's actually going to happen. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about the blueprint for that process and really get you set up to make that happen. And again, help you to get out of that frustration of swapping time for money, of getting caught in long sessions, so that by the end of the week or the day you're absolutely exhausted and maybe don't have as much to show for it as you wish you could. And so, really want to help you to attract more clients, to, make more money and to become much more effective. Because I think at the end of the day, we all as coaches want to help others. We really want to help others. We want to help them to transform in their life. And I think, that's a real positive for us, but it's also a negative. It's one of our Achilles heels in that we often give away too much away. We often give of ourselves so much that there's nothing left for us, and we just give so much to our clients, and we've got to get better at that, tighten that much more, refine it more, and not be defined by that pattern of behavior that we're so used to doing. And so this process again is going to help you to get out of that trap while still giving to your clients and giving them huge value just in a lot less time. So making it much more dynamic. And so we're going to go through that today, helping you become lightning quick, get super accurate, and get better results. I think at the end of the day, the blueprint's got to hold some secrets like this in it. You've got to contain the session. You've got to put parameters around your session and get really tight and on the ball with your session. You've got to maintain control of the sessions. And I know a lot of the coach training and a lot of the coach teaching is all about following the client and following where they want to go. But at the same time, you've got to keep control of the session, certainly from a time point of view, but also from a content point of view. So you want to get that control. And over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to teach you a really cool technique that's going to absolutely empower you to maintain control. And the sessions have to be complete. And so one of the biggest fears I often hear of chunking your time down to 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes is how can we have a complete session in that time? And I'm going to share with you the secrets about how you do that. How do I have a complete session in 3 to 15 minutes? Get in, be accurate, and get out really fast, and it's absolutely possible. And the key with it is running a clear, concise system, because if you don't run a system, if you don't have the parameters to maintain that control and contain the client and what's going on, then what happens is that you continually either run over time, run out of time, or get exhausted because you're giving so much of your time away. And when you do that, it's going to lead you to having less energy than what you should have. You're going to feel like you've got under energy, that your energy is just being zapped from you. And I know when I started coaching, by the end of a week or by the end of a day, I was exhausted if I saw 5 to 10 clients. And they really zap me of energy. And so I want to make sure you're keeping energy and you're actually getting energized by it. My 3 to 15 minute coaching sessions now are hugely energizing because we really get in there, we get right to the point really quickly, or we get a really great picture, get to the point, and we get out and have a play and get them playing the game. Whether that's the game of life or the game of business or the game of corporate, we want to get them playing that game. If you don't, you're going to lose control. You're going to feel like you've got a loss of control, and there's nothing scarier than a bushfire, charging down on you. And I live in an area that is bushfire prone, in Australia. And some of you in those areas really understand it. When I wasn't working in a bushfire-prone area, I had no idea. Like, it was just wasn't in my consciousness that that would be an issue. But now coming into when we come into that summer season, there's a heightened alert about what's going on and where things are at, and we maintain total control of the environment, of what's happening in our environment. And we may not be able to stop the bushfire, but we can certainly be out of the area at the right time. And so we have to maintain control, because with 3 beautiful kids, a couple of dogs, some mice, some other animals, we have to make sure we're out of there in plenty of time. And so we've got to maintain control. And I think the same with a coaching session, because if you're not maintaining control, it's like an out of control bushfire. And that can absolutely be dangerous, because it's going to derail your session. It's going to derail the dreams, desires, and goals that the client has, and you're going to be seen as less effective, and we don't want that to happen. And so you've got to maintain that control. And when you do, I think applying this process, you're going to get clearer. Your clients are going to get clearer. They're going to see right through what they need to see through, and they're going to get the answers that they're looking for. It's also going to help them to stay focused, to stay really clear and on the ball and on track of where they need to be. And I think when you do that, when you get really clear or provide clarity, crystal clarity, and they stay really focused, then you start to amplify your value. And I think that's really important. We want to amplify your value. Part of this process is to stop selling by time and start selling by value. And when you chunk your time down, it's about value. It's all about the value that you can deliver. So you want to make sure you're doing that. So how did you go with your plan? How did you go with sort of stepping through that process? How are you going in your mind about getting your head around the possibility of chunking stuff down, yet still being more accurate and providing more value? I just want to cover 3 core principles around this process, and as you're probably gathering, I'm moving really fast with this because this is the fast track to for your coaching. It's the 3-minute coach, so we're moving fast. So make sure you're taking notes down and really getting the most out of these videos. But there's 3 core principles I want to cover. The first one is that clients, there are 3 things clients really want us to do. The first is they want us to get them. They want us to get them at the deepest level possible. And for some, that'll be called rapport. And we have to get them at a really deep level. We have to build really, really deep rapport, because at the end of the day, our friends are the people who get us the most. They're the ones who understand us even better than we understand ourselves. And we have to do that with our clients. We have to make sure that we get our clients really quickly, really fast, at the deepest level possible. And I'm going to share a technique with you to make sure that happens. But we've got to get our clients, and we've got to get them within 12 seconds to 1 minute. We've got to make sure that we're really getting them at the deepest level possible. And so I'm going to share a technique with you to make that happen for you. Because current wisdom and research, psychological research, shows that we've got about 12 seconds to make an impression on someone, and so really want you to apply that and get your clients at the deepest level in under 12 seconds, and it's absolutely possible. The second thing they want us to do is they want us to take a stand for them. And often when people are in a compromised position where they're not achieving the goals that they want, or they're becoming aware of sabotage patterns and things like that, is that people can't take a stand for themselves. And if they could, they probably wouldn't need a coach. And so our job is to really take a stand for them, to hold them to not only their accountabilities, their goals and their actions, but to really take a stand for what they want deeply. And so if you get them really deeply, you're going to understand exactly what they want and what they need, and then you can take a stand for that one thing. I just recently had a session with a client, and we were covering, we were talking about them taking a stand for their business and implement a cancellation policy. So they are a physiotherapy clinic, and we were taking a stand for that they have to implement a cancellation policy, and I was taking a really strong stand in the time that I was with them, And the interesting thing they reflected back to me was, oh, we had a business coach a year ago and he told us to do this and we sort of started to, but then we stopped. And so for me, I went, no, I'm taking a stand for you and I'm not leaving here, or I'm not getting off the phone, or I'm not, I'm making a stand for you. And so we set up a time that they had to sack a client that they had and to, put in the cancellation policy to this client. And I said, I'm going to be there when you do that. I'm going to ring you the minute you've done that, when you say you're going to do it. And so they've set up a time to do it, or they set up a time to do it the next morning. And so my job is to be there the minute that happens. So we're going to catch up for another 3-minute session just to make sure that they did that. And that's about taking a stand. And you want to take that stand in the session and not let them get away with it, and just be really firm with them. And I'm so surprised at how many coaches are not that way. And when you've got 3 to 15 minutes, you've got to take that stand really firmly and quickly. And so the final thing clients want us to do is they want us to challenge them. They want us to give us a challenge. They want us to give them a challenge to rise to, or for them to set a challenge for themselves that they will rise to. Most clients can't set that level of challenge themselves, so you have to do it for them. Again, this is about really directing the session, keeping control of the session, and really making sure that that you're helping them by giving them a challenge to rise to. Human nature will say that with the right challenge, we will elevate ourselves into a position that we never ever thought was possible. And so, isn't that the magic of coaching, to take them to a whole new level that they didn't even believe was possible? And so through the 3-minute coach process, you'll absolutely do that. And they'll come out with 3 amazing challenges to get on with right now. And then the follow-on sessions, you're going to take a stand for that. So 3 core principles: get them, stand for them, and challenge them. And we want to do that as deeply and profoundly as possible. And the 3-minute coaching process will have you absolutely do that. So love to hear what was most valuable for you. You can send me a note. Love to engage with you and find out how you're going with all that. But right now what I want to do is I want to help you to build the plan. Let's extrapolate that plan we worked on last week a little bit further, because I'd really like to to help you to build that plan. One of the things we're going to look at is the 3-minute coach session blueprint. And I'm going to just dump this up for you, and we're going to work through it really, really quickly, because I want to get you to have some really great value out of this. And we're going to go through the 3-minute coach session blueprint. And I'm just going to overview it for you now. And we're going to work through this over the next video or so. And obviously, if you come and do the 3-minute coach program, you'll actually really dive deeply into this blueprint and make it really work for you. But the blueprint looks like this. And so I break up my sessions into 3 areas, which we talked about last week, each of 1 minute. Yeah, and they work like this. The first minute is what do you need, the second minute is what do you know, and the final minute is what do you do. And in a session, it's about me, it's about the session, and it's about them. And so we want to break that down into those 9 sections. And so, if we start with what do you need, the first thing I want to do is really sense what's going on for them. And this is the process of really getting them deeply. And so I'm wanting to tap into my intuition and find out what's really going on for them. And then through a process of asking them, we're going to confirm that what we're sensing is absolutely right. And we're going to follow a process that I'm going to talk about next video, which is called feedback loop questioning. And it's all about how do we ask really clever questions so that we get them at a deep level. And so we're wanting to get that snapshot in 3. So we want to get 3 things that they need. What do you need right now? What are the key 3 things that you need? And again, through the process that I'm sharing with you, and we'll have a look at the rap sheets as well. And through that process, they're going to come to you with the 3 key things that they need. Our job is to sense, is that real? Is the reality that's going on right now for them? To ask some really clever questions to extract other information and to really refine what it is that they actually do need, because most of the time clients don't know what they need. So we want to extract, what do you need? What do you need? And we want to get 3 of those in this session. Then what we want to do is go into the second minute and find out what they know. So we want to expose and ignite some insights for them. We want to ignite something that they don't currently know, or something that they know but they don't know. Yep. So they haven't actually seen it yet. So our job in this is to really take a stand for what we're seeing for them. So to bring out the insights in what they've been telling us in that first minute, we want to bring out the elephant in the room, if you will. And so the key is that elephant in the room. And so when we do that, we want to show them what that elephant in the room is. We want to bring awareness and insight to what's happening for them. And when we do that, what often happens is that they get a click, yeah, and they get an aha moment where they go, oh, I've just now seen the light. And so we want to be able to do that within a minute, and it's absolutely possible. I had an experience the other day, which I think I mentioned to you, where I got that in 7 seconds. So I actually ran this line in 7 seconds. And so it's absolutely possible to do it in a minute. And once you start playing with this concept, once you start working with the 3-minute coach system, you'll find that a minute's actually a very, very long period of time. And so you can absolutely get that click in a minute. Then the final bit, the final minute, what we want to do is activate and integrate what we've just heard. So grab the snap, grab the click, activate and integrate those two. And what we want to do with activating is we want to give them clear actions to go away with now. And again, we want to control those actions. So we don't want necessarily them to come up with it. We want to come up with them and then confirm with them. So we want to tell them what's going on. We want to tell them the 3 key actions that they need to take this week. And so what they're going to do is they're going to go out with 3. They're going to go out with 3 clear actions. And so when we tell them what their actions are, we want to confirm that that's what they're going to go out with. And is there anything else we need to refine, do, or show them to help them to really get that? And so when we go out with 3, we confirm that, do you understand what we've asked, what I'm asking you to do? When are you going to, are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? And get them to go fast. And so that's the basic process of what we're going to do in a 3-minute coaching session. The key is the skills behind this, and we're going to go through the skills in the next video. So right now, what I want you to do is to start to finalize the chunking time exercise you did last week. And so what you did was you looked at the start, middle, and end. We talked about context, which is picture, point, and play. What's really going on? What's the point? So what's the actual issue and the thing that's happening? And what are we going to get them to play with to make, to get the actions happening, to make it work for them and get them moving? And so what we want to do with the content then is that we want to make sure that at the start we're finding out, what do they really need? What's the reality here? What are the 3 key things that they need? Once we've found out what those 3 key things are, we want to uncover what they know. What are the insights? What are the aha moments we can uncover for them? Where is the elephant in the room? And then the final step is we want them to go do stuff. So we want them to go out and do 3 clear actions. So again, I want you to fill out the time. I want you to start filling out, what does it mean by picture, point, play? What are the needs, knows, and the do's? And start to expand that a little bit. And I want you to start playing with it in some of your sessions and seeing how you go. And I'd obviously love to hear about how that is for you. What's happened for you? How's that working for you? And in a way, I'm sort of cheating a little bit because I haven't given you the skills to make this happen really fast. What I want you to do is just start playing with it in your sessions now. And if you're doing hour sessions, drop them to 45 minutes. Start to allocate time in the last box there. And start to have a bit of a play and see how this works for you. And over the next couple of videos, I'm going to start to unlock some of the skills that are going to absolutely help you to chunk your time down, to increase your value, and to have much more effective and better outcomes for your clients. So in the next video, we're going to look at the 6 steps. We're going to have a little bit of a play with it. I'm going to let you in on one core little secret about the first minute, and I'm going to share with you some of the tools and techniques I use to really get clients in that first minute, and to really sense, ask, and snap in 3 for them in that first minute. So we're going to do some really great work on that in the next video. I'm really excited to share that with you. I'm going to unveil the absolute 6 steps, and we're going to have a bit of a look at how they work, really give you some fantastic tools you can take away and apply straight away to your current coaching sessions. And then over time, you're going to learn how to chunk it down. And obviously, I've got a whole program that'll help you to do that. It'll help you to chunk your time down, get you much, much more accurate, get you out of swapping the time for money, treadmill that coaches get in, and help you to have much, much more energy by getting better results for your clients. And so really looking forward to sharing the next video with you, and also hearing, how you're going. So don't hesitate to email me. Don't hesitate to obviously send me a message, send me a note, and leave a message maybe under the videos, and really look forward to empowering you to take your coaching to a whole new level that maybe you hadn't even imagined was possible, and so that you can get better results for you. So looking forward to seeing you in the next video. I'm Marcus Bird. This is the 3-Minute Coach, and Really great that you're here, and looking forward to sharing more with you. Ciao for now. Bye.